What's happening, guys? So you've probably heard by now, since it has been a couple of days since the announcement was made, but Formula One have changed the layout for the Circuit of Catalonia for the Spanish Grand Prix, removing the final chicane. So I've decided to hop on F122 to see two different things. First off, how much time would you actually gain from not doing the final chicane at Spain? And then can we actually lap 110% AI on F122 with this new layout in a 25% race? Well, we got to watch the video to find out, so let's get straight into it. So yeah, here we are, guys. We're going to do a one-shot qualifying just so that we can see how much quicker I'd be in qualifying and then how much quicker I'd be in the race. I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 attempts at this and then show you guys the best attempt that I managed to get so that you guys can see what the actual difference is between 110 with the chicane and then with the chicane being taken out. So let's get straight into this one. All right, here we go. Final attempt here. How much time can we gain? The final corner, by the way, is no longer flat with the chicane being taken out. So that's pretty interesting. All right, try not to lose the rear in turn 3, stay in 6th. Looks like we're going to be in P1, purple first sector. Okay, here we go. Gonna miss the final chicane. Shift up to 2nd gear, not to lose the rear. And there we go. Final corner's no longer flat. And we're going to finish with a 12.6. Not as quick as our other attempt, actually. But I think we'll use this one. And before we were around about 4 seconds quicker, so we're roughly going to be about that again, I think. All right, there you go, guys. So as you can see in qualifying, 4 seconds quicker than 110% AI with the final 3 corners there. So we've got that, I don't know what turn that is, but you've got the right-hander and then you've got the final chicane and then you've got one final right-hander before the end of the lap. Taking away those 3 corners gains you 4 seconds. I think we were roughly about P7 by the time we actually got to that flat out right-hander just before the end. So that's a lot of time that you gain, but let's see how much time you gain overall in the race. Okay, so we're just going to go simply with a soft medium strategy. I don't want to necessarily focus on strategies. What I'm actually focusing on is if we're gaining roughly 4 seconds per lap on 110%, how close can we get to actually lapping the field in 17 laps? I think we could potentially do it, so we're pretty interesting to see. Let's get into this race and see if we can actually achieve the goal of lapping these cars in 17 laps. All right, here we go, guys. We've got 3, 4, 5 red lights for the new Spanish Grand Prix here. And lights out and away we go. Not getting too bad of a start here. It's going to be difficult to stay in P1 though. Verstappen getting a very, very good start himself. I'm going to go a bit wide there, just carry the speed and hope that he doesn't get the grip. He doesn't. And there we go. Looks like we're going to be P1. All we need to do is just stay P1. Russell and Verstappen are having a little bit of a battle there, which is good for us. It means we can hopefully gain some time even before we get to the chicane. As we do a double shift there, not ideal. Whoa. Oh, went super wide there. Not ideal, but still they've got battling going side by side. So again, good for us. This is going to be very, very interesting to see what sort of lap times we can actually do with this new layout here. There we go. We're getting closer and closer. We're already 1.2 seconds up, in front of George Russell. So again, that battling really helped us out there. And now here's the big test. Now we're roughly going to be gaining about 4 seconds through this section, which is absolutely insane. Gonna lift here just to make sure that we keep the rear of the car going. And once again, as I said plenty of times, now that we've got that corner which is flat, it means that the final corner is no longer flat, which is just insane to me because for me on F122, it's always been flat, that final corner. Not the best turn 1, but we recover with it from turn 2, and we're already 6 seconds ahead of George Russell. Can you guys believe that? Absolutely incredible. The lap times are going to be absolutely insane. Okay, much better through this corner than last lap. Now, obviously, even though we've not got the rules on, I'm not going to take the mickey. We're still going to try and abide by the normal track limits. It's just that final corner we don't want to end up getting disqualified if we had the rules turned on. I'm going to use my ERS as well, because even though we're gaining so much time, lapping the field is still going to be pretty difficult. It is 110% AI after all. All right, let's try and take this corner flat out now. Hopefully we don't lose the car. We don't. We've got the grip. And there you go. Once again, just going to be gaining so much of time as we do a 14.8 in the race. Unbelievable. We're already 10 seconds ahead. I can't believe how much time you gain from that. Almost losing the rear there. Not ideal. That is going to burn up the tires a little bit. So not as much grip throughout this section. I'm going to try and not turn the car as much. Just so that we can avoid heating up the tires anymore. Okay, let's start using some of this ERS as well. It is going to be a bit more difficult to save that ERS just because there's not as much braking zones or slow corners in the third sector. Now I wonder how that's going to be on our fuel as well. I did go with quite light fuel. Okay, well, for some reason Norris is having some problems, but honestly it doesn't really matter right now as we do a 15-1. So yeah, losing a little bit of time there. Again, it's going to be interesting to see how the fuel's going to last as well. I did go with 0.05 more. Usually Spain on the game doesn't use a whole heap of fuel in the ERS, but now with that corner being completely flat, it takes out a big portion of the third sector and where you would actually gain that ERS potentially and fuel as well. So yeah, we're losing out on quite a bit there. Hopefully we've got enough to actually finish the race. Well, now that we're starting to settle in a little bit, it seems as if we're not gaining as much time as I thought. Only 15 seconds ahead of Verstappen. Well, we do run wide there. That would be a warning in normal conditions. How much time are we going to gain now? We're 15 seconds roughly ahead of Verstappen. And we'll see how much time we're going to gain now once he goes through these final corners. As Nicholas Latifi's out of the Grand Prix, there's no safety cars as there's no rules. So we're not in danger of losing the amount of time that we've gained through these laps. We're now only 19 seconds ahead. So yeah, not gaining as much time as I thought. Maybe one of the esports drivers would be quick enough to gain more time to potentially lap them, but for our sake, I don't know if that's going to happen. Obviously, we're talking at the same time as we're driving, so it does take away from the driving a little bit. So that kind of does skew the results, but either way, I think we're not doing too bad. We are missing a few apexes here and there. Almost 20 seconds now ahead of Max as we go into the third sector for the 5th time. And I want to see what the tire wear would be like. So probably once I get here, I might switch it over to the tire wear screen. Oh, we're already at 33%. So we could go into the pits, maybe go for an undercut, see if we can gain even more time. We are actually, oh, that's insane. We're overheating our tires at the front. Very, very interesting. On the F1 2022 game, as soon as you get to 100 degrees on the tires, your tires pretty much just overheat and they really start to lose quite a bit of performance. So very interesting. Usually we don't overheat our tires at Spain. Well, I mean, and again, usually we don't start on the softs. Usually we start on the hards. So yeah, a bit different there. This is only a 25% race and not a 50 or 100. So you're not really going to be using the hard tires in this setting. We'll probably do one more lap after this actually, and then dive into the pit. Alright, so yeah, we're overheating going into the third sector. This would prove horrible if we had to actually go through that chicane, but we don't, so that does help. Interestingly enough, we're not actually overheating on the rears. We're just about at the threshold. 7 laps in and we're only 22 seconds ahead of Verstappen. So yeah, not entirely sure if we're going to be able to lap them within a 25% race. Definitely a possibility in a 50 or 100. Oh, okay, we'll do one more. We'll do one more refresh there. It's the tires. It's the tires. They're really overheating here, so I'm gonna have to be careful and not push too much. But as I was saying, yeah, 25% might not be likely for someone of my abilities to lap them. Maybe the esports drivers can do it, but definitely see in a 50% or even a 100% race, could definitely see 110 being lapped by even someone as quick as me. All right, the pit lane's going to be quite interesting here as we go super wide again, just overheating the tires. So yeah, flat out here, and then we dive in, brake early just so that we don't go too wide. Oh, all right, into the pits, onto the mediums. We're more than a pit stop ahead. All right, they say it was a fantastic stop. It didn't feel like it, but here we go. Max is going through that right-hander just before the final chicane, and we're almost out of pits already. Absolutely insane. And they're probably going to go into the pits themselves this lap. Yep, some of them are going into the pits, but it doesn't look like Max Verstappen himself is going into the pits. It's actually pretty good because it means we're going to gain even more time on him. All right, here we go on the mediums for the first time. Oh, losing a lot more grip there than the softs did. Again, that would be a warning in normal conditions. Yeah, Verstappen's going to go in now and we're already 11 seconds. 12 seconds ahead. So yeah, let's see how much time we're going to be ahead of Max when he comes out the pits. George has gone into the pits now. Has Max gone in? Yep. The top three, other than myself, have gone into the pits this lap. Oh, the gap is looking absolutely huge. All right, now that the tires are warmed up, we're not missing apexes as much. I think I'm like half a lap ahead of these guys already. Absolutely insane. 34 seconds ahead. We could actually lap them. Might not lap everyone. We could definitely lap some of them. Just depends on how quick I can stay on these mediums and being consistent. Oh, that's someone in the pits. That is someone in the pits. It's an AlphaTauri. We could actually lap them right here and now, guys. Let's see how we take this final corner. Yeah, we don't even lift off fully from the throttle. We're gonna lap our first victim here. I'm not exactly sure who that is. Let's quickly pause and see. Go to the race director. The first person that we've lapped is Yuki Tsunoda. Obviously, Nicholas Latifi retiring. So we've lapped Yuki Tsunoda in 11 laps. Absolutely crazy. There's our first victim. Let's see if we can get any more. Okay, we're getting closer and closer. It might be the next lap that we lap them, guys. Might be. It could even be this lap. I'm not sure. All right, there they go. They're going to the final chicane. Oh, they're going to come out right next to us. Oh, oh, okay. We'll do a flashback quickly there, but that was a lot of fun. Okay. So they are going to come out. So we're going to have to slow down a little bit here. There you go. We do lose a lot of time. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Yeah, they came out at pretty much the worst time. But that's fine. I think that's the most amount of time that we've lost this entire Grand Prix so far. I think it's safe to say that, yeah, you're going to be able to lap the back markers on 110% in just 17 laps. Now, I don't know if we would have been able to catch up to the guys ahead of the back markers in that DRS train. I don't know if we would have been able to catch them up if we hadn't have lost that time that we did following these guys. Who knows, we might have been able to. But yeah, it's safe to say you can definitely lap them in a 25% race. I'm sure the esports guys can lap more than just a few back markers. Oh my God, I think we might actually catch them up more quickly than I expected. Oh my God, we're right there. We are going to be able to lap some of them, I think. We've already gained so much time on them. We're 56 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen. We're a minute ahead of our own teammate. Okay, it's going to be absolutely crazy, this final corner, because there's so many cars in this DRS train. The majority of cars are in this DRS train. And I'm going to be skipping past multiple of them, I think, when it comes to this new turn 13. Where are we going to come out in this DRS train? We're probably going to end up being very close to colliding, or maybe even colliding with some of them here. We're going to have to be super careful. The penultimate time going through this corner. There they go. We speed through. We're going to fall behind Gasly. Oh my God, we've overlapped so many of them. Oh my God. I think everyone except the top 5 are actually going to be able to lap. Getting past Gasly there. Super dive. There's Ocon and Leclerc going for a battle in turn 3, and Ocon getting a hand over Leclerc. Is that something we're going to hear this season in real life? I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I don't know if the Alpines are going to be that quick. Let's see if we can actually get past some of these guys before we even get to the new turn 13. Maybe even Leclerc here. Can we get him going into turn 10 maybe? Just depends on how good our turn 9 is, I guess. It doesn't look like we'll get him going into turn 10. But we're definitely going to get all of these guys going into turn 13. I can't believe it. Even with losing all of that time behind Albon and them lot, we're still able to overtake all of them. Yeah, and it's literally only going to be the top 5 that we don't overtake. We're going to finish the race just behind Fernando Alonso, and we managed to overtake 15 of the 19 other cars. Well, technically 16 with Nicholas Latifi. Well, there you go, guys. We managed to lap 16 of the 19 cars, I guess you could say. Fernando Alonso, George Russell, Carlos Sainz, and Max Verstappen being the only other cars that we didn't manage to lap. Now, I do think we probably would have gotten Fernando Alonso if we didn't lose time behind Alex Albon. Well, yeah, behind Alex Albon on a couple of laps before. We definitely would have gotten Fernando Alonso. I'm sure that some of the esports drivers would probably be able to lap Max Verstappen. So yeah, I think that answers the question, guys. Can you lap the whole grid on 110% with the new turn 13 at Spain? Looks like the answer is yeah, you can in a 25% race, which is absolutely crazy. Make sure to try it out for yourself, guys. It could be in a 25%, it could be in a 5-lapper. Let me know how you guys are finding it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.